Hello, this is Carlos from the Church of Christ channel. Please subscribe. Today we're going to do part 2 of the mark of the beast. And it's going to be basically titled, Why I Don't Think the Vaccine is the Mark of the Beast, part number 2. And right now I want y'all to watch this video and then I'll come right back.
More and more in North America, young people are not content just to get pierced or tattooed. They want to make a personal statement in scars. They're getting their flesh burned with searing hot metal. They're getting branded. Until yesterday, Tyler Ballantyne had never set foot in New York City. But Tyler has not really come to see the sights. He's in New York for just one reason: to get a brand. At home in Toronto, Canada, Tyler works as a professional body piercer. So far, he has pierced himself 16 times, including the holes he has stretched in his earlobes. He's part of a growing subculture in North America that its devotees call body modification. Body modifiers like to experiment with extreme ways to decorate and even reshape their bodies, from tattoos to scarification to implanting objects under their skin. Body modifiers admit much of what sets them apart is dangerous and excruciatingly painful.
Now remember, in part number 1, I talked about shagrama being the Greek word for the mark. And I've talked about this in the past. And the word mark comes from the Greek word of shagrama. All right. And then if we go to a different Bible, which this is the Apostolic Polyglot, it has there in Revelation 13 that the mark is also called an imprint, okay? And it comes from the Strong's number 5480, which when you look at the Greek lexicon by Zades, it has to the definition to engrave, a mark cut in or stamped on as a sign of the mark of the beast. And so this is why I say that the vaccine doesn't really fit that description. And based on the studies and based on the context of Revelations 13. Now, let's look at some study Bibles and see kind of what similarities that come with this. So, let's look at the Biblical Theology Bible. Basically, it says, demonstrates absolute loyalty and perhaps ownership. There is no neutrality. One has either the mark, the beast mark, or God's seal, and it may reflect the ancient practice of branding or tattooing. So see, this is why I said in the first video, we have to know who the man of lawlessness is, okay? Because the branding and the mark of the beast is tied directly to the Antichrist. Let's also look at another Bible, the Concordia Self-Study Bible. It says, whatever its origin, possibly the branding of slaves or enemy soldiers, the sealing and stamping of official documents, or the sign of the cross on the forehead of a new Christian, the mark of the beast apparently symbolize allegiance to the demands of the imperial cult. It imitates the sealing of the servants of God. So see, the devil tries to copy God, okay? And so when we see the marks back in the Old Testament, basically this is what the devil is trying to do. And as we know, the seal which the Holy Spirit gives as well. If we also look at the Parallel Study Bible, the mark is equivalent to the name of the beast and the number of his name. Apparently, the mark of the beast is some sort of identifiable proof and loyalty placed upon the right hand or on the forehead. And so when we looked at the video, when you saw the video of the branding, that's exactly what the mark of the beast is. It's a branding. And back then, it was like a symbol of identification on who you're loyal to. You know, they branded slaves, you know, back in ancient time. And so when we see the mark of the beast coming up in the end times, this is what it'll imitate. It'll imitate a brand.